You close your laptop for the weekend, put your phone on the nightstand, and try to sleep. But your mind is still racing. If you hate your job or have an impossible workload, you're dealing with traditional occupational burnout. But if you actually like your work and still feel a deep, persistent cognitive exhaustion, you are experiencing digital burnout. Every notification, email ping, and social media alert triggers a micro-release of adrenaline and cortisol. Your nervous system stays in a perpetual state of heightened alertness. The exhaustion comes directly from the constant management of always-on connectivity. Putting your phone in a drawer for a weekend digital detox sounds like the logical fix. But when you are fully burned out, simple abstinence fails to provide relief. Your brain has adapted to constant stimulation. When you remove the device, that internal agitation remains. You experience phantom vibrations. Your mind actively searches for the missing stimulus, draining your metabolic energy even when you're technically resting. A massive amount of cognitive fuel is spent simply resisting digital intrusion and filtering out the noise of modern life. Removing a negative stimulus stops the immediate bleeding, but it doesn't heal the wound. To repair a depleted attentional instrument, you have to introduce an active, targeted, positive stimulus. In the 1980s, the Japanese workforce was rapidly transitioning to digital computer terminals. The resulting wave of cognitive exhaustion was labeled technostress. The Ministry of Health didn't tell people to just log off. They engineered a specific public health intervention called Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing. The medical basis for this practice relies on what psychologists call attention restoration theory. Digital interfaces demand directed attention, a top-down, metabolically expensive form of focus. Natural environments, conversely, trigger a state of effortless focus. A forest is built on fractal geometry, repeating patterns of leaves, branches, and the sound of wind. These gentle sensory inputs create a state of soft fascination. Soft fascination captures your awareness without requiring you to actively process or filter information. It allows the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for executive functioning, to rest and physically repair its depleted resources. To test this, researchers conducted a randomized controlled trial, tracking the physiological markers of employees who participated in a nature-based program during actual work hours. This chart tracks salivary cortisol over the 3 weeks. The green line shows the intervention group's levels dropping by 30%. The adjacent burnout assessment chart shows a parallel steep decline in self-reported exhaustion for those spending time in the forest. Researchers identified a direct chemical factor contributing to these lower stress markers, organic compounds called phytoncides. Phytoncides are the aromatic, organic compounds emitted by trees and plants as a defense mechanism against insects and disease. When you walk through a forest, you breathe them in. Once inhaled, these compounds actively boost the activity of human natural killer immune cells, while simultaneously suppressing the sympathetic nervous system, your body's fight-or-flight response. The data confirms that forest bathing functions as a measurable reboot of the human endocrine system. This graph illustrates the results of a digit symbol test used to measure cognitive performance. After the 3-week nature intervention, participants showed a significant decrease in latency time, proving they had improved their visual information processing speed and selective attention. Translating these clinical results into practice requires a specific methodology. Shinrin-yoku is not a vigorous hike, and it's not an exercise in identifying local bird species. The protocol requires you to leave your devices behind, engage your physical senses, remove any specific destination, and drastically slow your walking pace. Moving slowly forces you to practice sensory gating. You transition from being a passive recipient of digital alerts to an active gatekeeper, rebuilding your mind's top-down control over where it places its focus. The modern digital economy is explicitly engineered to extract human attention, keeping us in a perpetual loop of variable rewards. The forest provides a natural restoration economy. The prefrontal cortex, which governs these high-level cognitive processes, operates on a finite supply of metabolic resources. When these are depleted by digital overload, the brain enters a survival mode where it prioritizes basic functions, treating complex social behaviors like empathy as non-essential data. Reclaiming our attention is a biological necessity. In a landscape built to mine our focus until we reach apathy, conscious immersion in nature acts as our most effective defense mechanism.